We have to keep fighting to the end. Nuggets not giving up hope in playoff quest. The Nuggets, 35-39, trail Portland by 1 game and a tiebreaker entering play Thursday. The game was coming down to the wire, and Will Barton jumped to his feet and waved his towel. Inside an empty Spectrum Center on Thursday, a full-court, 3-on-3 game that included players Juancho Hernangomez, Emmanuel Mudiay, and Mike Miller, along with player development coaches John Beckett, Stephen Graham, and Onion Stojakovic, was must-see entertainment for the rest of the players as they cooled down after a morning practice. If the Nuggets, yelling encouragement or talking trash at every shot, were still down after a crushing loss in Portland on Tuesday night that put a massive dent in their playoff hopes, they weren't showing it. It is definitely still attainable, Nuggets guard Gary Harris said of reaching the postseason. If we win out, who says, the Trail Blazers, can't drop a few games? They've got a tough schedule just like us. Anything can happen. We just have to keep fighting to the end. The Nuggets, 35-39, trailed Portland by 1 game and a tiebreaker in the race for the 8th and final playoff spot, entering the Trail Blazers' late Thursday game hosting Houston. Portland plays 6 of its 8 games at home, with 4 coming against teams currently in the playoff field. Winning out, of course, would be a monumental task for Denver. The Nuggets haven't won more than 4 straight games all season. They still have 6 road games, including 2 back-to-back sets away from the Pepsi Center. Their 2 home games come against a New Orleans team that decimated the Nuggets on Sunday and Oklahoma City, a team led by MVP front-runner Russell Westbrook. What lies ahead made what had happened 36 hours earlier so detrimental, but the Nuggets were adamant Thursday they have not been deterred despite a margin of error that is hovering near zero. We just need to be aggressive and believe we can still go to the playoffs, center Nikola Jokic said. We have to treat every game as important. I've been in the league a long time, and you expect the unexpected, Nuggets coach Michael Malone added. If we stop believing and letting go of the rope, it could get ugly. I didn't get that sense, Thursday. Our guys are disappointed that we had a bad home loss against New Orleans and a tough loss against a Portland team that is playing very well. We have an opportunity to get back on track. A meeting with the Hornets, 34-41, who are 3 games out of a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference with 7 to play on Friday, serves as a reminder of the inconsistency that has formed potholes in the Nuggets' quest for the postseason. Back on March 4, the Nuggets were coming off back-to-back wins on the road against Chicago and Milwaukee, an impressive stretch that had Denver with a season-high 3-game cushion in race for the 8th spot. Then came a head-scratching 112-102 home loss to Charlotte that opened a door the Trail Blazers have since barreled through. And if the Nuggets want any chance of climbing their way back to the postseason, their first trip since 2013, it starts with knocking off the team that created their recent tumble. Charlotte is not going to feel bad for us, and we shouldn't feel bad for ourselves either, Harris said. We've just got to come out and be ready to play and get out of this losing streak. Denver at Charlotte, 5 p.m., Friday, ALT2, 9:50 a.m. Spotlight on Kemba Walker, the point guard kept Charlotte's thin playoff hopes alive Thursday with a dagger 3-pointer late in the 4th quarter to lift the Hornets over the Raptors. In a 112-102 Hornets victory in Denver on March 4, Walker caused constant headaches for the Nuggets. He had 27 points while hitting 5 of 9 shots from 3-point range. We have to give him different looks, Nuggets coach Michael Malone said. Our guards have to accept the challenge of being into him and our bigs have to accept the challenge of being aggressive. Nuggets, Darrell Arthur, left knee soreness, Will Barton, left foot soreness, and Mason Plumlee, left abdominal contusion, all are listed as questionable. Barton and Plumlee practiced Thursday, but Arthur was not a participant. The Nuggets used an extra day between games to get acclimated to a 2-game stretch that has them playing in both the Pacific and Eastern time zones within 3 days. The Nuggets stayed overnight in Portland on Tuesday and arrived in Charlotte at about 6 p.m. local time Wednesday. Hopefully by Friday's shoot-around, we should feel like we're not up against the clock with the time change, Malone said. Hornets, center Frank Kaminsky, who missed Charlotte's matchup in Denver on March 4 with a shoulder injury that cost him 5 games, has averaged 12.6 points in 9 games since his return. The Hornets have won 4 of their last 6 games. Charlotte hit 16 of 27 three-point attempts, 59.3%, in their win over the Nuggets 4 weeks ago. With 1 more point, Walker will become the second player in Hornets history to score 8,000 career points, Del Curry. Walker's 219 three-pointers this season are second most in team history behind the 243 Jason Richardson made during the 2007-08 season.